user not found, and our server is not crashing, then everything is going good.
Sudarshan, can you come back to the program?
Mhm.
So when we are getting the first result, we are returning it back, right?
Yes.
So in that case, if suppose Clayton has two, front end and back end, so
Mhm.
in that case, how come two results are returning?
Yeah, because this to-do list is actually a part of user, and when I get a matching user,
Okay, got it, I got it. Huh?
to-do is inside of that user. I am just returning that entire to-do list for that particular user. So when I
Mhm.
return to-do list, it is actually an array of to-do. When I return it, I don't know which user it is, but because I have supplied the username, I know that the list is for the user for which I have supplied my username.
Got it. So that's the I think beauty of JSON, right? So
Yes.
when you compare it with RDBMS, JSON actually creates a real object of the real user.
Yes, you can say that, right? And you can get this same advantage when we use Mongoose.
Mongoose, yeah.
Now, one more thing, get to do for user when we run. Now, because users array is a part of this store or object, and we have this in memory, it will work. But let's say if this is not in memory, it is in database, then this will not work. Then we have to write asynchronous function, and please pay attention over here. This is going to be a most important. So to write asynchronous function, we are going to write here. First, let's see what will happen. What is the um, disadvantage, I can say, we have with asynchronous function. Let me delete this, and let me write here one function, get users, and this will simply return this dot users. Now if I run this function get users, it is going to be give me a list of users from here immediately without any delay. But I don't want this. I actually want to have a delay, because when I run this function, my program will go to database, it will execute query, it will get the data and then come back to this program. So function will not be like this, but it will be an asynchronous function. Uh, so here if I like set timeout, and I will write my function over here, and let's say I'm going to receive it in 3 seconds. 3000 is a number of milliseconds. I'm just writing this to simulate database connection. Set timeout, what it will do, it will run this function which I am supplying over here as the first parameter to this function. It will run this function after 3000 milliseconds, and I will put here return users, and let's try to get users like this. I should not have deleted that. Let me get it back, the entire code. Yeah, I want this one. I want this one as well. So here, instead of using this dot user, I'm going to use this function to get the users over here. Users is equal to this dot get users. I'm expecting that the get users will set a timeout of 3 seconds. After 3 seconds, it will get these users and return it so that I can get those users over here. And I will use those users to look through. each of the, considering this user has an array, let's define it. It's going to be an array of CG users. Yeah, here also I have to define that it is going to return an array of CG users. Now it is giving me error because it is actually not returning an array. See, TypeScript is trying to show me the errors because I am deliberately trying to make a mistake. So what can I do here? Why not any return value?
Sudarshan, I think it is because if suppose you don't, it doesn't go inside your this thing set time. Achha, no, it will always go inside that, right?
Yeah, but JavaScript doesn't work that way. So that I wanted to show you. So let me put here void or any. Will it work? Yeah. So let's assume that it is going to get the users using this function and it is going to return the users. Let me console log here so that you can see it on screen. These are retrieved after 3 seconds and this is the user list. So when I run this function, it will first get the users from this get users. I'm expecting that it should wait for 3 seconds, then loop through this list, and then if user is not found, then throw an error. Here I will console log that users are retrieved, completed database. Expected लिखते expected that completed database call. I'm expecting that this is completed and here I have retrieved the users and these are the users. Now my function is same. Let's try this one. Let's go to here. I will add one user only, Clayton, and I will try to retrieve Clayton and I will send. Now there is a problem. Let's go to our program and let's see what is happening. See, users are retrieved, expected that completed database call. What has happened when I run this function, because this is what is called over here get to do users. So this is the first function which will be running. It will go to this statement, it will trigger this get users, and then it will not stop over here. It will immediately go to next line and then it will print this users are retrieved, expected that completed database call, but this users is undefined. Now in for loop I'm trying to check the user's length. Because user length is undefined, it is giving me an error, cannot read property of length of undefined over here itself. After that it never call any other statement because here there is an error and it stops. If I go ahead, here it will show users are retrieved after 3 seconds, and this is the CG user, this is skeleton, and this is to do object. Now what is happening? First it will enter inside this function, it will start to call this, but it will not wait for this to complete. It will immediately go to next line, and that is what on JavaScript is. It will not wait for one function to complete. If it is asynchronous function like um, retrieving file from a database, or retrieving file, or file from hard disk, or reading file from hard disk, everything other than the random access memory RAM, everything other than whichever is there in this program, if that variable or something needs to be retrieved, it is called asynchronous function, and it will start its own thread or something like that. So it should return something so that we will understand that users are received from this function. So how does it work? First of all, do you do you does this make sense what is happening over here? So the sequence is, I will write the sequence. This is the first function, okay, 0 1. This is the second step, 0 2. Third will be this function. No, not the third function. Third will be this one. Fourth will be this one. Fifth will be this one, and so on. Now when I run this, since third is this, fifth is this, and everything will be like this, everything will be executed. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, this is like 11th, and this everything will be executed within a fraction of second, because everything is happening within RAM. No database call, no file read write. Okay, but this will take 3 seconds, so this will obviously be the last one. So after 11, this will be the 12th one. This is 13th step, and this is the 14th step. This is what is happening: first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th. Then after completing this, it will go here, because this is taking 3 seconds. After 3 seconds, this will run, this will run, this will run. Okay, so does it make sense?
Roshan, I have one doubt.
Mhm.
So, so what you will be doing is this 3000 what you have written, right?
Mhm.
So this is just for showing us that a query ran to the database and
Yes,
it took 3 seconds to retrieve the data. So that's the reason you've simulated it, right? That
yes.
3000. Okay.
Let's make it mm, 6,000.
So that
Actually,
means,
this statement is not appearing immediately. This is appearing after completion of 6,000 millisecond, like 6
yeah.
seconds
Hmm,
or 3,000
hmm.
actually.
Okay.
So
So now,
because I'm receiving these users from database after 3 seconds. So before I receive user from database, my program is actually proceeding to the next statement, which checks for the users and checks for
hmm,
if user is matching, which should not actually happen. It should happen only after 3 seconds. So how can I do that?
hmm. Okay. So now